Discover card. Hi, do you have...
So we got, and it's 8:32. I didn't realize it was that late. Time to get on with it.
Guess I'll go home and watch the big Browns and the
Yep. What's going on, boys and girls and Gators? Here we are again. I don't know how many years out of how many years in a row where us as Vols fans are either pissed off or sad or sadly pissed off or pissed offly sad, or just unemotional altogether at another Gator beatdown. You know, it's becoming old hat. If you watched my video last night, I was uh, jokingly asking Florida to let us beat them one more time before I exit Earth. And I was only partially joking. You know, I don't know. I honestly don't know how many times Tennessee's going to beat Florida in the rest of my lifetime, and I honestly don't know how many times Tennessee's going to win a football game the rest of this year. I was feeling a little better, not like some of the Tennessee fans after the Chattanooga game, because I realized it was Chattanooga. And by the way, Carter should be calling in pretty soon. We'll get his thoughts. Man, look, I understand, you know, we've got to be patient, and we need to give Pruitt and his staff time to recruit, time to do this, time to do that, and there's no such thing as a quick fix. We get it. We understand. But man, it's been 10 damn years. We're well beyond quick fix. And yes, Richard Gash, go Army football. Uh, Tell we gonna do? You know, are we just gonna tuck our damn heads between our tails, or do like an ostrich and bury our head in the sand and say, fuck it, this is who we are? No, we're not. We can't. It's the University of Tennessee, and granted, I know right now our football program is garbage, but we're still a proud fan base. We're still a proud university, and this shit can't be tolerated much longer. I don't know what the answer is. Christian Skelton saying Urban Meyer. Yeah, if Urban Meyer came here, we'd probably start winning within a couple of years, but then within a couple of years after that, you all know what's going to happen. He's going to bail on us, and then we'll be right back here. Now, would that be worth winning a national championship or even getting in the playoffs? Hell yeah. But I don't want to go through this kind of disappointment and sadness anymore. I'm tired of this shit. And so what do we do? You know, I saw some hilarious signs yesterday. The one about the fan portal. There's a lot of Tennessee fans that have literally hit that fan portal and transferred their fandom elsewhere, which that's fine. If you want to do that, you do that. You're free as an American to choose whatever you want to do whatever you want to do. If you want to drop your Vol clothes and your Vol card and go be a fan of another college program, that's fine. Do it. But by God, when we get good again, don't you dare show your face around here wanting to be a Vol again. No sirree. If you're gonna tuck tail and run, fucking stay gone. You know, that's the way I look at it. You know, I've followed this university for 40 some years. I'm not going anywhere. I haven't gone anywhere in this 10, 12 year stretch. If it goes on 10 or 12 more years and I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. I'll just lick my damn wounds and keep on rolling. Just like my Green Devils, I know at some point they're not going to be good. It's secular. It's cyclical. It's all cyclical. Even the great Alabama is going to suck again. It's just a matter of damn time. What's going on, Carter? Welcome in on a Sunday night. I'm just kind of giving my thoughts on the state of our program and how long is it going to be and what are we going to do and all that shit. How are you feeling today now that you've had 24 hours and half a day to soak in this fucking beatdown?
I don't know. I guess I'm just numb right now. Just kind of, you know, I hate it. It sucks, but I mean, there ain't nothing we can do about it. I don't think it's going to get any better this year.
Did you really think that Florida would beat us by 31 points, honestly, yesterday? Going into that game, leading up to it, did you feel like they were 31 points better than us?
Well, in our show that didn't get, on air, if you remember when we gave our predictions, I think I said we were going to get beat by, like, obviously not 31, but I think I said we were going to get beat by 19 points or 20 points.
Yeah, I'm trying to look it up here. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, you said, actually, you said 20, yeah, you did. You said 33-17. So, yeah.
Okay, so 16 points. I don't know, Keith. I mean, I'm not shocked. I kind of felt that all week. I kind of had the feeling of I'm not going to be shocked if they blow us out. I'm not going to be shocked if they break our hearts. And I also wouldn't be shocked if somehow we pulled this off. That last one I thought was going to be the least likely. I really didn't think we were going to win. But, I mean, I am surprised we didn't score a touchdown. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
So, that was kind of I wasn't really expecting that.
Richard Hawkins says that Trask makes a difference for your team. I believe that. He looked pretty damn good yesterday. I mean,
once again, we do this to teams now. We'll make
see.
A backup quarterback look good.
We'll see. Yeah, and granted, that's the first game the dude had started since he was a freshman in high school. It didn't look like it, though, did it?
No, and plus, in my opinion, our coverage was so bad that I think that made a difference, too.
Dude, these motherfuckers looked like they were out there on an Easter egg hunt, didn't they? I mean, we had defensive backs running all over that field, all over the place, looking for the ball.
Well, they were killing us on that one play, over the middle.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Where did you get that shirt, by the way?
Alumni Hall. Yeah, Alumni Hall.
That is a really cool shirt.
It is. I like it. Thank you.
Is that all it says? Is VOLS, or does it have anything else on it?
That's it. That's all it says.
That is really cool.
So, yeah, I forgot where I was going, but the coverage, man, the coverage was bad. What's up, Gator Broad? We had a few moments where we got pressure. We had a few moments where we had good coverage. We had a few moments where we had receivers getting open. We had moments throughout the day. And our boy, our dog is what seems to be the popular word this season, who's our dog, Juwan Jennings, dropping that pass or letting that pass get deflected off of his hands in the end zone and the Gator coming up with it. To me and to a lot of people, that was it, man. After that play, we were done. We score that touchdown, tied up, we might have a chance. But I'm going to say this before you talk, because I hope you're not going to say this. I don't think you are, but
I already know what you're going to say, and we're not going to agree on this. I already know.
About the ball being thrown too hard?
Oh, no.
So many people yesterday were saying, oh, JG threw the ball too hard. Bullshit. All right, the quarterbacks throw balls harder than that on the sideline when they're getting warmed up. That ball was not thrown too hard. There's an old saying out there for receivers. If it hits you in the hands, you ought to catch it. And it hit him right smack in the damn hands. He just didn't catch it. That's it, period.
Yeah.
And, that one's not on JG.
Okay, it's on Jennings, and it's one of, he made a mistake. He should have caught it, okay?
Yeah.
Let's look at the other. Let's look at the 50 million mistakes that Jarrett has made.
Okay.
And the thing that we're not going to agree on is you think that they should have never put Maurer in.
No, I was not going to say that, but go ahead.
I think they should have never put Jarrett back in. I think once Maurer threw that pick, if anything, I think you should have left Maurer in. Or if you're going to take him out, then put JT Stroud in or whatever.
I agree with you. I actually do. I mean,
I'd rather lose with one of them guys than JG at this point.
Well, I think all yesterday did was prove to us that Jarrett Guaranturdo is our best option right now. I'm not saying he's a good quarterback. I'm not saying that. I don't know if he's a good quarterback or not. I just know what I've seen. And
I don't think he's any better than the other ones.
Well, we don't know. Maybe we're going to get to find out in the Georgia game. Maybe he'll put Maurer in there. One thing, me and my cousin Justin were just talking about it before we went on. There's one damn thing about it. Maurer didn't come in and look like a deer in the headlights. He was slinging the ball around. Yeah, he's throwing it into triple coverage, but by God, he wasn't scared. And then nobody's ever said that JG's scared either. We know he's tough. But I don't know.
I want to know whose bright idea. Was it Chaney? Who was it that said, let's run the screen all first half?
I don't know, man. Here again, I'm not a play caller. Now, if you were watching the live stream Saturday, we had a play caller.
We had Bill Belichick there.
Yes, we did. We had Bill Belichick. And Matt S., if you're watching, I've already apologized to you for that. So if you're in here, I'm going to tear you up again right now. We had an official play caller / field goal kicker at Tap House Saturday. So if y'all didn't show up, you missed it.
That was fucking hilarious.
But look, who knows? He may have been right. He could have called better plays than Chaney. And I'm not putting this on Chaney. I'm putting this loss on what I put it on last night in a video that I don't think I uploaded. I made like 5 before I finally uploaded one. I put this loss on talent, as in we don't have any.
Yep, I do too.
We just don't have ball players right now.
You're right.
Maybe we've got a few kids that are going to be able to play ball. And it's like Pruitt said, we've got some kids that can play ball. They just got to still learn.
Yeah.
I hate to say learn how, but, we just don't have enough. We still don't have enough trucks,
Yeah.
And are we going to be able to get them now? That's the question.
Who knows? I don't know anymore, man. I've never been so clueless in my life.
We've never had to be. You've never had to be.
Right.
We've never had to worry about this shit.
Well, the thing is a lot of people that are, bitching, and I know I bitched about the screen, but when you got a quarterback who's not very good, you got to do what you can do. And hell, he could barely throw a screen.
Yeah.
So you're limited. That's what a lot of people got to understand is when you don't have talent and when you don't have those kind of players, you're limited on what you can do. It's easy to say, why don't they throw it down the field, throw bombs, Well, hell, he can't throw one, in my opinion, that I've seen.
That's not true, James Kirk. Sorry, Carter. I'll let you go ahead and finish. But James Kirk, that's not true. When have we seen what?
When have you actually ever seen JG throw one deep?
Oh, we saw it last year. He had moments last year where he looked good. He has regressed to me, as just a football fan, not a coach. I'm going to say that as many times as I have to. I'm not a coach. I'm not a scout. I'm not a talent evaluator. I just know what these things right here see. And I've got 4 of them now, so I can see pretty good when I've got my glasses on. And what I see is a kid that has regressed since last year, at least in the game situation. Jeremy Pruitt may disagree with me, but that's what I've seen, and everybody I've heard talk has said the same thing. I've heard Eric Ainge say it. I've heard Jason Swain say it. I'm sure you've said it, Carter. Excuse me. I'm sure Bill Belichick would say that. The dude has gotten worse.
Yeah.
So
I've heard a lot of people say too, like, I can't believe, he was such a great high school quarterback, and well, first of all, he was a great high school quarterback in the state of New Jersey. That's about like, I hate to say it, but that's kind of like they're probably worse than Tennessee high school, in my opinion.
I don't know about that.
Well, they could be, but I guarantee you take a 5-star great high school quarterback out of the state of Georgia and you take one out of New Jersey, I think the one out of Georgia is going to play a lot more competition, and probably better. So the only good player I can think that's from the state of New Jersey is no Sean Marino. That's the only one I can think of.
We've had some good players in the past out of New Jersey, but look, I don't know. I don't know about the state of high school football in New Jersey, but you're right. It's definitely better in Georgia. I can tell you that much. I don't know what any of that matters. What matters is he's the damn guy that we're going to have to apparently get used to until somebody on the Hill makes a ballsy decision to pick someone else and stick with them.
I think that's a lot of it. When you got freshman quarterbacks, man, it's mental for them.
You know what? I think it may be mental, sure, but I think those kids are probably, just based on what I've heard, less likely to get in their own heads than JG is. All I've heard is if we pull him and then put him back in, his head's going to be all messed up, and he's whatever. All the shit we've heard.
Well, he didn't look like. He looked like he was freaking pouting over there when they panned over to him a bunch. He just had this awful look, and I guess maybe he should, because he just got pulled out.
How many people, including you, Carter, were actually surprised to see that happen in the swamp?
I was surprised, but not that. I was surprised that the coaches did it more than anything. Yeah, that's what surprised me.
Yeah, as opposed to him getting hurt or something, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it was actually like, wow, they actually took him out.
Mm-hmm.
Good for them. I was happy when they did it.
My first thought was, has something happened to him, But then when they showed him standing on the sidelines over there, up beside the coach or whatever, I was like, well, no, they jerked his ass. And then I was like you. I was like, man, I'm sure you were probably thinking the same thing, man. I hope they don't put him back in, unless Maurer came out there and, tripped over his own feet and kept throwing it in the dirt, and which none of that he did. I just, I didn't see the point of putting JG back in there, but our problems are so far beyond the quarterback, though.
I think it's all the way up to the administration.
Maybe so, and even maybe including Philip Fulmer. Who the hell knows? At this point, we don't know anything. That's the problem.
I know one thing. I'm sick and tired of hearing about Urban fucking Meyer.
Yeah, and that's what they're talking about in the comments right now. Which that's I knew that was coming. As long as he's on the sidelines, people are going to talk about it.
Well, that's not going to happen. Yeah. As much as I'd love for it to be, I'd take Auburn Meyer in a heartbeat.
How about Les Miles? Would you take him?
Hell yes.
Yeah, he's one of the guys I wanted when we were looking for a coach. But
yeah, me too.
He ain't going to do shit at Kansas. Everybody's saying, he ain't done nothing at nobody's going to do anything at
Kansas.
Yeah. Fucking Dorothy left Kansas.
That's like people bitching about Cutcliffe in his first year at Duke or something.
Yeah, and look what he's done.
Yeah, I know, but his first year wasn't really that good.
Yeah, if your name's not Steve Spurrier, nobody's ever going to win a championship at
right.
Duke.
Give Les Miles 4 or 5 more years, and we'll see where he's at.
Yeah. Let me give some shout outs here. Hoss, what's going on? I'll probably miss everybody in the chats because I've been blabbering since I came in, but I've been dying to blabber. All the usual suspects are in. SEC Dog, Hound Dog, Chandler, what's going on? Alan Bumgarner, did I say that right? Yeah, Bumgarner. Gator 66 is in the house. What's up? Why am I not watching the replay? Ha ha ha. Yuck yuck yuck. I actually have already watched it once. General's in the house. Drew Campbell, Aaron Ross, who showed up for a little while at the Tap House yesterday. Leland loses 64. That'll be a good name Alabama week because that's probably what we'll lose by to them. V4L 16, a longtime buddy in here, who has apparently started making videos again, so go sub him up if you're not. Balls for Life 16. Dwayne RTR, fast becoming one of my favorite people in the chats. Brian Westbrook, Mark Dudley, James Kirk, tons of you. Is that James Captain Kirk, I wonder, from Starship Enterprise? Maybe we could use him on the sidelines. We need something, I know that. So, all right. Question for Alan B. What's up? Kai, the tech guy. I'm not going to be able to get you all. Shout out to everybody in the comments. I expect to see Boo Kinsey in here tonight at some point if he's not already in here. Question for the comments. And this can be for Tennessee fans or for not Tennessee fans. There's my Dreadnought boy, Florida chilling. Okay, so how many years, including the one that's already been granted, should Philip Fulmer give Jeremy Pruitt? How long is long enough and fair enough given the state of this Wild West forest fire, because it's way beyond a dumpster fire, should he get?
I think he should get 24 hours to pack his shit.
Well,
I'm not ready to say that.
I know you don't. I know you, A, don't feel that way, and B, know that's not possible.
I was talking to our good buddy Caleb, I think, in the comment chat tonight.
Oh, what's up, Caleb?
And anyway, we were talking late last night, and I said, he kept saying, what do you think? I think, like you said at the beginning of the show, man, there's no talent. I don't think any coach could come in today and really change much. I think we don't have a quarter. All right, we've got good receivers, but you got to have somebody to throw to those receivers. I don't care if Julio Jones and A.J. Green are at the receiving, position. It doesn't matter. If you ain't got a quarterback to throw to them, it don't matter. But I don't think we have really any good O-linemen. I don't think we have any good D-linemen, any good linebackers, any good DBs. I think it's the whole damn team.
You don't think we have any good players whatsoever? No.
I didn't say we didn't have any.
Well,
but the majority.
You were close.
Well, okay, the majority is shit. I'll say that. I think we've got some decent freshmen, but they're freshmen. They're going to make mistakes. They've got to, transition. It's just, that's the way I see it. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think any of us know the answer. I mean, I sure as hell don't.
We don't have enough good players. That's what I'm saying. We
Start
don't have enough.
Tim Priest. There's the best comment I've seen yet. I tell you one thing, Tim Priest would definitely bring the juice, as they like to say these days.
I don't think we have enough good players.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I'm...
There's my man, Trey Beck. Trey Beck is the grantor of a $50 super chat yesterday for a chore for old BBD, which I gladly completed. That was fun. Thank you for that, Trey. That got me out of a really angry mood. So we got an off week this week, and we will continue to talk Florida as long as people want to talk it. But we've got an off week this week.
Thank God.
Yeah, really. I usually hate bye weeks as a fan because, it means we have to wait 2 weeks before we get to see our team play again. Now it's like we've got 2 weeks before we have to see our team play again. But we all know what's coming. Georgia's coming, and they're going to bring a whole lot of whoop ass, I'm afraid. And,
oh, they will.
we got 2 weeks to talk about that. Congratulations to them yesterday for a hard-fought win over what I thought was a pretty damn good game against Notre Dame. Shout out to the Irish. They put up a better fight than I thought they would.
Yeah, I was shocked by that.
Yeah, they very well could have won that game. Thoughts on Jim Chaney? I don't know, Ricky Boyd. He don't have a lot to work with. Look what he did with Georgia. He did pretty good with them, I thought. He did pretty good with us the first time he was here.
Yeah.
So,
Look at that 2012 offense we had. Fucking phenomenal.
We've just got to come to the damn realization here as Tennessee fans that we're obviously not Tennessee anymore, and I think most of us realize that. And B, we don't have, we don't have the players.
No, we don't.
And
don't have enough of them.
I asked the guys at the Tap House yesterday how would we do in the Sun Belt this year? We would not win the Sun Belt, I don't think.
Nah.
And that's freaking sad. I started out with the MAC. How's everybody think we do in the MAC? And then we decided that the MAC was probably too tough a conference for us right now. I'm sure Uncle Lou's enjoying this shit, and I think even fans like Uncle Lou have gotten to the point. And Gators, if you're
he
still
said that. He said that last week.
If you're still in the comments, 66, and you're still listening, what is your honest opinion about all this? I mean, I know you're having fun with it and yada yada yada, and but what are your honest thoughts, man? Like, do you think it's sad? Are you tired of Tennessee sucking? Do you want us to be good again so this might become a rivalry again? Where do you stand on all of this? And you can call if you want the number.
And not only that, but what do you think's the problem? I want to hear the outsiders, not just Tennessee fans. In serious, like a serious answer. What do you think the problem is? Outsiders looking in.
All right, I'm going to give anybody that wants to call. I'm going to give you a minute or two each to say your opinion. Bryce from Carolina. No, I have a roommate. 423-329-1850 is the phone number. If you want to call in and give me and Carter your opinion. This is not a Dear Abby show where you get to call in tonight and talk for 10 minutes. I want you to call in if you do and make it quick. It's your opportunity to troll the show if you want to, but I'm going to give each caller about 60 seconds.
What's the number again?
423, I'm going to put it up, 423-329-1850. And
I just put it in the comments.
Okay, good. We got somebody right off the rip here. And bear with me, callers. I'm working with a prehistoric system here. Who we got on the line with us tonight?
Hey, BBD, it's me. It's Chandler.
Let's have it, Chandler. You got 60 seconds.
Man, whoever said Florida didn't have a run defense was right. But we don't have a secondary. I mean, run defense was good until the end, but that's what happens when the defense is on the field the entire game because the offense can't get a first down. I mean, 3 turnovers. We couldn't do anything with them.
Okay, we all saw what happened yesterday, Chandler. Tell us what the fix is.
I don't know what the fix is. I don't know. Man, you tell me.
Yeah, that's what we're going to find out right here tonight, brother, on this show. Somebody's going to call in and tell us what's got to be done. I just got faith in it. I've got faith that that's going to happen. Well, you got 15 seconds left, Chandler. Go.
Man, I just got nothing else to say. I mean, we better pull some out of our ass against Georgia, or there's no way in hell we're going to a bowl. That's it. Have a good night.
Hey, you have a good one, Chandler. Thanks for the call. And
Oh, dude, we're not pulling anything out against Georgia.
We might pull something out of a hat, but it won't be a rabbit. It might be rabbit shit.
No, it won't be a win. The only way Georgia, that's a close game, is if Georgia plays terrible. Like if they just, they're not on top of their game and they make a lot of stupid mistakes. But even then, they'll still beat us by 21.
We got to have a half a dozen turnovers.
Yep.
we got another phone caller right now. All right, welcome to Sunday Night Live on BVD TV. Let me have it. Who we got, and what do you want to tell me?
DVD, Alan V. Great to talk to you.
What's up, Alan V? I won't say congratulations to the Irish, but they played better than I thought. What's your fix, or what do you see as an outsider for this debacle of a program right now in Knoxville?
A couple things, BVD. Pruitt should be fighting for his life at this point. If I was a coach, there is no doubt I would play all the youngsters and take my lumps from week to week. You've got to get rid of the older, not his recruits. You got to get rid of, not saying don't play Jennings, you play your best players, and you play the players that are young and hungry. These older guys that aren't his are not buying into his system. They're not buying into the program. You can see it. It's very obvious. You play all the youngsters, and you just take your lumps, and you teach them your system. And you get better and better year after year. He's trying to get by with players that aren't his, that aren't playing at full capacity under his leadership, and it's obvious. You see that the team is just not. That Georgia State game, for instance, there was no excuse for that, none at all. I mean, that Georgia State team's terrible in their division, in their league, and you could just see through the game a lot of the players were going through the motions. If he wants to save his career, he needs to play the youngsters and just coach them up week after week. That's the only thing he can do.
That's the best advice I've heard so far. Thanks for the call, Alan. I'm going to try and get as many people in here as I can tonight.
Yes.
And call anytime, brother. Thank you very much. Good talking to you. Well, that sounded like a pretty damn good idea to me, Carter. What do you think?
Hell yeah, let's do it. That's a great idea.
I haven't heard anything any better so far. We got another caller on the line. Who we got?
BVD, Trey Beck here.
What's going on, Trey Beck? Break it down for me, brother.
Brother, I want to ask, I'll let you get to the next caller, but I just want you and Carter, just for a minute. I know y'all briefed them just a little bit, but can y'all just tell me what them busy damn dogs is going to do when they come to Neyland?
Oh, Trey's wanting to hear a little bit of commentary on what his doggies are going to do.
Oh, well, his doggies are going to absolutely murder us. They're probably going to have half the crowd. I'm probably at this point, I'm expecting, I don't think it'll get to the 60 points because I think Georgia will call off the dogs and they'll just kind of play, not to try to just murder us. But I still think they'll win probably 55-6.
Damn. You want to give us a score prediction out the door, Trey?
I would probably say Carter's got that right on the money, BBD. Good talking to you, man, and I loved your interview Saturday.
I had a lot of fun with that.
Yes, sir, man. Glad to see it got you in a better mood.
It did.
Well worth it.
It did.
Hey, need a meltdown video soon, BBD.
Well, you may have it after Georgia.
Yes, good deal. Well, have a good one, y'all. See you, Carter.
All right.
Thank y'all.
Take care, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, the thing about the meltdown videos, I think people would be happy if I even faked one, and I can't do that, man. I mean...
No, those are not planned.
Yeah, those happen the way they happen, and it's coming, more than likely, well, no, there's no more than likely to it. I know for a fact, had I not been at the tap house for Georgia State, I might still be in the hospital. I don't know, but...
Texas Aggies 88 says Tennessee is not winning no more.
No,
kind of like how y'all won against Auburn.
I ain't buying that. Is this Hoss?
This is Hoss.
Hoss, you got 60 seconds, my good Alabama buddy. Go.
Alright, this is what I think y'all need to do. You need to go for some coach who is either at the high school level or Division II, something smaller. Quit trying to go for these big name coaches. The problem you got right now is nobody wants to touch the program. unless you can pay them an ungodly amount of money, being with here. But you get somebody who's up and comer who's got a track record last, say 4 or 5 seasons. They've been a constant winner, and get them in there, let them start building the program up that way, and then go from there. I mean, that's the best outcome I can see, because none of y'all's fans want to support the program. They don't want to show up for games. If they do, it's to drink the beer and get the freebies that they're going to give them. But that's what I think. I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to troll here. That's just what I can see based on how y'all's track record's been with the past few coaches y'all have.
Nah, I know you, Hoss. I know you're not trolling. That's not your style, and I appreciate you calling. I'm gonna let you go, and then another night we'll have you on here just to talk as long as you want to. But tonight I'm trying to get as many people in here as I can. Thanks, Hoss. God bless you. That's a good dude. What do you think about that, Carter? About that idea?
We may not have a choice. You might be right. I mean, well, here's the only thing I'll have to say. If we were to hire, I don't think we'd even touch a high school coach, but an FCS coach, what's really the difference between that and keeping Pruitt around?
Well, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Pruitt was a high school coach, so we in some ways we're trying that right now. Butch Jones, he wasn't a Division II coach, but I mean, he was a lower level coach. He came up through the turd
Derek
ranks.
Dooley was lower than Butch Jones.
Exactly. I mean, so I agree with what Hoss is saying. If this was year one post Fulmer, but we've kind of, in a lot of ways, already gone that route, and we've either not done it right and not given them enough time, or that's not the answer. The problem is nobody right now knows the answer. And
see, we haven't hired a big name coach since Fulmer. We haven't
gotten one to give us a shot yet.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah.
It's almost like that's what we need to do, but we can't do it. That's the bad part. We can't afford it, and then he's right about that. Nobody wants to touch it. Especially nobody that wants to still be a head coach, because they're thinking, shit, if I go there, oh man, I'll be Duff can me in 3 years, and then I'll be ruined, you know?
Well, I got somebody on the line here. General, if you're on hold, hang on, man. I picked your call up. I don't know what happened, but I think I've got you on hold. Who have I got right now?
This is Barbecue Gravy, Mr. Big Ball Daddy. How you doing?
I am fine as frog hair.
I got a little beef with you, brother. I've been watching you for years. I called you when you was on the Knoxville sports station. I think you're real knowledgeable about the game. However, this is my problem, and I think this has got a lot to do with what's going on at the University of Tennessee with their football program. We're all the time sunshine pumping these kids, and this is the worst damn Tennessee football team I have ever seen fielded.
I think it's the worst football team anybody has ever seen fielded.
But my point is, Keith, what on earth makes you think we could go to the swamp and win that game, man?
I guess I don't have a good answer. I don't have a good answer. I really don't. I really don't.
We got whooped. I went back and watched that Georgia State game, dude. We got whooped on the line of scrimmage in the weight room. Look at what are we doing in the weight room? That little running back from BYU, that was demoralizing. He won that game and carried 6 or 7 linemen. I don't understand it. I don't know what's going on in Knoxville, but one thing I do know we can do as fans is support them, but quit sunshine pumping these kids and making them out to be what they're not.
Yeah. Well, don't ever get on Vol for Life on Facebook, because that's all that's on there is a bunch of sunshine pumpers, and every damn one of them are a bunch of idiots.
Well, Carter, you're a West Tennessee boy just like myself, and y'all keep it up. I'm going to let somebody else get on with you, okay?
Appreciate the call, man. Anytime.
Dude, I swear, when you answered that phone, I thought it was Roy D. Mercer. I swear to God.
I think I recognize the voice, but I'm not 100% positive. When I've got a pair of headphones on, I'm listening to you through a phone on speakerphone, and I'm getting calls from speakerphone, just like this one right here. Who've I got? What you got?
Boy, Wilbur Suter.
What's happening?
Oh, God, Keith, you know it's me now, right? You didn't know last time.
Yeah, I can, Oni Kuno, back up a little bit away from the phone and maybe see if that helps. It's still really hard to hear you, brother.
Hard to hear? Okay.
There we go. There we go. That's better, whatever you did.
All right, okay. Just made a quick little adjustment on the mic. But, we've had this discussion for what? It seems like 10 years now?
Yeah.
The way things stand right now, and you're not going to like this answer.
Hey, I'll like any answer if it's the right one.
As of right now, you still can't get rid of Jeremy Pruitt. And I'm also going to tell you, he's not the right guy to coach this team. The problem is, if you fire this guy, whether it's now or at the end of the season, it's just going to keep making things worse. And recruits are going to be antsy about no stabilization in the coaching position. And you gotta let this guy have a little bit of a chance. You gotta give him at least 3. And I know it's gonna suck. It's a big shit sandwich. Because if you dump this guy, it's just gonna take longer and longer to get back to the top. I don't know what it's gonna take, but he's gotta get at least 3 years to get like something of a full recruiting class through.
It's going to take a great Oni Kuno cheer up video for Tennessee.
Oh, man. Well, at least you guys got one win last week. Oh, and real quick, Ben Marie, where the fuck have you been?
Yeah.
Ben Marie's in here in the chat all night, and like, I thought he was dead, because I knew for a fact I was going to hear from his ass after the loss of the Orange Bowl.
He's actually calling right now. He's actually calling right now.
Well, tell him, can you get three-way on here? Get his ass on here.
Call back, Marine. We'll see if we can three-way this. If my retarded old hillbilly ass can figure out how to do that.
Or what about this? Tell Marine to call your phone and I'll hang up, and then when he gets done, you just call me back. How about that?
Well, that'll work. All
right, Marine, call Keith's real phone. And
yeah.
Keith, you call me back after.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so there it is, Kuno. I can hear you better now, but it's still, I don't know what the deal is. You don't sound like yourself, because obviously.
I don't sound like myself.
Yeah, I know you, and I know your voice, and I know what you sound like. And through this phone on speaker, it just doesn't sound like you. But I'm starting to pick it up.
I would argue your phone is the issue, because I have a very nice headset with a crystal clear audio on my end.
Okay, I got you. You sound, I got somebody else calling on that. Marine, call me on my personal phone. I know you don't speak English very well down there in Alabama, and I know I'm toothless, so maybe some of my words aren't enunciated properly, but call me on my personal phone. Hey, you know what, Kuno? It could be that he's scared to call. That's what I could be thinking.
He is scared. He's seeing like the quarterback they dumped, like putting up some record numbers, and no one's really going to challenge Alabama this year, it looks like, because LSU's got an offense, but their defense is suspect, and Auburn is Auburn, so.
All right, well, that's what this Sunday night BVD live stream has been reduced to, and or in advance to, a war of words between Oni Kuno and Bama Marine. We've got Bama Marine on here live, so let's have it, boys. You guys have the floor.
What's he complaining about? A little quarterback transfer you over there. Lincoln Riley wouldn't do nothing if he couldn't find a damn quarterback transfer. Listen here, we go forward threes. We don't go to other colleges and steal backups. That's why we don't do that. All right? We go get them out of high school. All right?
Did Clemson whoop your ass so bad? I thought, were you in the
You know what?
for 8 months?
At least we got to play Clemson, didn't lose in the playoff.
I mean, if you call that playing, I mean, Jesus Christ.
Hey, I'm glad your Heisman put up stats in the third and fourth quarter when we had our third and fourth string defense in. I appreciate it.
So when are you going to play somebody this year?
Hey, you know what? We always play everybody. Hey, why don't you put some ranked teams on Clemson's schedule there, buddy? Put somebody on Clemson's schedule.
I can barely hear him.
That's probably a good thing.
Hey, you know what? Tennessee National Champions 2021. I'm calling it right now.
See now you're just making jokes.
Oh man, we got Heisman's all over the field. We don't win Heisman, we win national championships, baby. We don't care about it. Y'all can have all the Heisman's you want.
Alright, look.
Leave it
All I'm gonna say is
Why is everybody so butthurt in the chat?
in the playoffs. They're begging for it.
Look, only Cooner ain't got nothing better else to do because there ain't no competition in the Big 12. So he sits over there and he trolls the SEC.
Y'all have your worst non-conference schedule I've seen out there. Granted, y'all play people.
Hey, listen here. Hey, Arkansas is competition. Hey,
Arkansas
Arkansas is competition. Let me tell you.
This is terrible.
Arkansas has competition, right? Arkansas scares me this year, okay?
Arkansas, what? The only person afraid of Arkansas is Baker Mayfield on a Friday night.
Hey, listen here. Ole Miss, I'm scared, okay?
Here, I put those guys back on the back burner, behind the seat. They can holler at each other all they want. In the meantime, how's everybody doing tonight? We'll let Oni Kuno and Bama Marine go at it back here behind the seat. And when they get done chirping at each other, we'll get another caller in here. I'm giving them the floor because these are a couple of guys that I respect. As I respect these guys not as just fans, but as people. So I figured I'd give them the opportunity there. What's up, Scooter? I put you guys on the backstage there for a minute, Marine. I think Kuno hung up. So I'm going to pick this other... Oh, you still there? Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, BBD. You just kind of muted us there, buddy.
No, I didn't mute you. I just put you... I stuck you both behind my chair where the chat couldn't hear you. I was letting you guys just have at it.
Well, you had to give up on Tennessee with that damn Green Devils hat on.
No, that's called double support. I'm giving double my support.
God.
Hey, one of my fucking teams is winning championships, all right?
Hey, listen. Hey, you know what? I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you, BBD, because I don't want you to have a heart attack over Tennessee football.
I'm not going to.
Greenville's a great 2A program. Got to give them credit.
I couldn't hear you, Sean. Say that again.
I said Greenville is a fantastic 2A high school program. Got to give them credit.
4A, damn it. Get it right.
Hey, all I'm saying is Oklahoma wouldn't be shit without transfer quarterbacks. All I'm saying, their defense sucks. They'll make it to the playoffs, and we'll thump that ass again this year. Bring on Georgia, screw y'alls, and go Bama. Roll Tide.
All right, there goes Bama Marine out the door. Kuno, thanks for the call, man. I'm going to let you go and let someone else hop in here. All right, that was fun. I don't know how much of that you guys could hear. Maybe you can hear it better than I can. And Carter, call me back now. Phone lines open again. The 423-329-1850 number. General, call back, man. I promise I wasn't trying to avoid you. I had you on hold. I don't know if you hung up or what was going on. Give me a call back and you will get your 60 seconds just like everybody else. I got a private number calling me now, so I'm going to answer that one. What's going on? I guess they hung up too. Who we got here?
Hey, this is Billy Cole.
What's up, Billy Cole?
Hey, long-time Tennessee fan. I just can't take it no more. I'm sorry.
Billy, what the hell's the answer, man? What's your personal answer?
They got to start from scratch and start all over. Hey, put the freshmen in. I mean, what are you going to lose? But I'm going to tell you who the next coach is, and you can mark this down. Mark it. Last year when we played ETSU, Phil Fulmer was on the sideline. They interviewed him. And he was talking about ETSU and having Randy Sanders as the head coach. And Phil Fulmer said, and I quote, I'm glad to have Randy Sanders back in the state of Tennessee.
I remember that.
You think about that statement, and he's 100 miles up the road. He's a favorite son. He played there. He's been an OC at different places. We got to hire a head coach that's got some head coach experience. And I'm not talking about FCS schools. I'm talking go get Les Miles, go get Mike Leach, go get somebody that's got a resume.
Well, Billy, I'll give you more than 60 seconds because this is the first good answer, or not good answer, but it's the first answer that I've actually thought about myself. Let's explore the Randy Sanders option. When this job was open a year and a half ago, I actually suggested that we maybe look into Randy Sanders. And I know you said he's a favorite son, and to a lot of people he is. He's from Morristown, Tennessee, which is, literally a good piss away from Knoxville. He played his high school football here. He coached here. He was an offensive coordinator here. And now that's where things get kind of sketchy with a lot of the older Tennessee fans. A lot of people didn't like him.
Offensive coordinator too at Florida State when they were good,
right?
And in Kentucky, I mean, he turned that program around too. So he's been some places, and he knows what he's doing.
That's kind of what I was leading to. When he was OC here, that was his first stab at it, and he was following. He was really, pushed into the job when Cutcliffe left. So he's had time to get out there and test the waters, and like you said, he's coached at some national championship schools. He's done great things at ETSU. Granted, I know it's just ETSU, but that's a fledgling program again. They're in year number 3, I think, and he's doing great things up there, and I would not be at all opposed to giving him a chance if this thing didn't work out with Pruitt. I don't know if that's where you were going with that, but
I've been always about giving coaches 3 or 4 years. They got to have a full recruiting cycle.
Exactly.
But what's been happening the last 3 or 4 times, now it's always somebody other coaches' kids. We're playing with somebody other's recruits.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you about Pruitt. We beat Auburn and Kentucky last year. When we opened up against Georgia State Community College this year, I thought it was going to be a rout.
We all
We
did.
went backwards. And not only it wasn't no fluke either. We got manhandled. They had, I think, 250 some yards rushing, and we had 93 against a high school.
Yeah, it was sad.
And he should have been gone then. Because that product he put out on the field, how much does he get paid a year? $4 million?
Yeah, but you said it yourself, Billy. We got to give these guys 3 or 4 years. That was game 13 for him, and
against a high school.
I get it, man. It was embarrassing, but that's not. We've had that happen with Rutgers. We've had it happen. It happens. Sadly, it happens.
North Texas.
It happens a lot, and I'm not making excuses for him whatsoever. I'm just saying that shit happens, and it sucks, and it's embarrassing when it happens. But we can't fire that dude right now. We can't.
And there's a whole lot of things they need to do. I don't know, but this, just like the announcers yesterday were talking during the game, they knew who he was passing to. My wife said here yesterday when he breaks huddle, she said he's passing to that guy because he's staring at him coming out of the huddle. Now, he's been there 3 years. Stop it. And he had wide open people. Put the other kids in.
Well, hey, I'm on board with you guys now. I've said for weeks now.
I'm tired of hoping and waiting and next year and all this stuff. There's a whole lot of things. They got to change the culture. They got to change a whole bunch of stuff. That's a cliche statement, but and if you got to start with Fuller and clean out the top, the first thing you do next time they hire a coach, they got to hire a coach with a resume, a head coaching resume. But you know what? Nobody wants to come there anymore.
That's the problem.
Let's go back to.
Can't hire them if they won't come and interview.
And then we got some ignoramus fans in East Tennessee. Remember when Charlie Strong was the name in college football?
Yeah.
He didn't come here because he got hate mail from morons because he's married to a white woman.
Well, I don't know about that, and I
do. It was common knowledge.
No, what I'm saying is I don't know about that. I don't subscribe to that bullshit, but I'm glad Charlie Strong didn't come here, and it ain't got a damn thing to do with race.
And then you got Quanzo Martin, they took him to Sweet 16 and the fans ran him off.
Yeah, we did. Our fan base did do that.
You reap what you sow. And the fans, I don't know. There's got to be a whole lot of things. As far as these players take their names off their jerseys, all this smoke blowing up their rear end and stuff, that's got to stop.
I'm going to let you go, Billy, but I want you to stay with us, and I want you to listen to what I'm about to say on here. But thanks for the call.
Later.
He said something, Carter, that it reminded me of something that I saw last night, and something that I think needs to happen at the University of Tennessee. When I was watching the Notre Dame game, I noticed Notre Dame does not have the names of the players on the back of their jerseys, and I don't know if that's a tip to tradition. I don't know if that's
It is. They've never had them on there that I'm aware of.
I think they had them in '90, but I'm not positive. I could be wrong. Anyway, what I'm getting at is the first thing I thought of when I realized that Tennessee needs to do that. I know that's not gonna be the answer. I know we're not gonna start winning games, if we do that. I just think Pruitt needs to do that as a reminder to this team about the old fucking cliche. It's not about the name on the back of the jersey, it's about the name on the front. And we haven't heard much about it, but I guarantee you, and it may be this way with JG, I don't know. I think a lot of these kids are too big for their britches, so to speak.
Right.
And I think there might be some of that shit going on in the locker room. I don't know.
It could be.
But that reminded me of that when he mentioned that. And fuck, none of us know what the answer is. I don't guess.
No, we don't. No.
Apparently, they don't know what the answer is on the Hill either. But as fans, all we can do is keep hoping that they will figure it out. And all the people calling in saying we got to give them 4 years, we got to let them get their recruits. This is all stuff that we all know. Derek Dooley. Derek Dooley was, I think, about two or three possessions away from still being coach at Tennessee. A couple of those games, if a couple of those games go in a different direction and he wins, he's not getting fired. Now, I don't know if that means he's still the coach here now. I doubt it. But he was that close, and that's how close, how tight this shit is. I mean, look at Butch Jones. How many years ago was it, Carter? We were all singing his praises. We're back, 9-4. What's it going to be next year? And then the damn bottom fell out.
Yeah, it is. And the thing about Derek Dooley is, the thing about him, man, the thing that he admitted it to Clay Travis in that interview he did. He said, the biggest mistake I made was switching to that 3-4 in a year that he, couldn't afford to, because, switching to a 3-4 defense is very hard. And, look at the teams that have done it. When Georgia did it in 2010, they went, 6-7. Alabama's first year in it, they went they lost 6-7 games. So, I really do believe, had we possibly switched to that defense maybe his first year or his second year, or just stayed in a 4-3 defense, he might still be the coach right now.
Yeah, he might.
You never know.
Never know. I do wonder this. How come he's not coaching somewhere else right now?
Because obviously when you get fired from Tennessee and they're, it's one of the things, man. You get fired from a job, like Tennessee, then nobody's going to touch you, And he went to the Cowboys. He became, the wide receiver coach there. And now he's an offensive coordinator. And you know what? If he keeps doing good there, I'm sure he'll get another opportunity.
People get fired all the time, though, Carter. So,
Yeah, but how many of them become head coaches somewhere else at a
lots of them.
School?
Lots of them do.
Really?
The
Where?
Bowdens,
Okay.
the Bowdens, you know, those guys used to get fired all the damn time, and they'd end up resurfacing somewhere else. I'm not saying
Like fucking Akron or something, yeah.
I'm not saying that, you know, Butch Jones was a hot commodity by any stretch when he got fired here. I'm just curious why, like, maybe, hell, somebody like some of the directional Michigan schools haven't contacted him, or maybe they have and he just don't want to go that route. You know,
I
maybe
probably don't, you know.
maybe he wanted to go the route he went. I don't know.
And I think Derek Dooley went the route he went. I think Derek Dooley could have easily taken a job like Louisiana Tech again or somewhere like that. But, you know, position coach at the Cowboys is a pretty good job. And, you know, he was still getting a check from Tennessee. And I think if he had taken a head coaching job, he wouldn't be able to collect that money he was owed.
What's up, D4? And Carter, he got to make a lateral coaching move as far as position coaching goes to Missouri, and now he's getting to kick Tennessee's ass every year again.
Yeah. And,
So
yeah,
where
like
is-
I said, give it a couple more years, yeah, he'll be a head coach somewhere else probably. Maybe
Yeah.
not a
At this rate,
big school.
give it a couple more years, and Jeremy Pruitt will be a damn position coach somewhere else, kicking our ass again.
I mean, let's roll the clock back, you know, a little bit here. I remember in Butch's first year, after he went 5-7, there was fans that thought he sucked. That said, you know, he's not the guy. And even after his first year, there was people saying it last year after Pruitt went 5-7. You know, there's always those fans, so no matter what you do, there's those fans in our fan base that they can't accept patience. They can't deal with it. They can't be patient.
No, and that's never going to change. And name me one coach not named Gene Chizik that took a job at a major university like Tennessee, like, you know, wherever, and took his team to the national championship the next year.
Well, Urban Meyer won a national championship in his second year. Kirby Smart took Georgia to the national championship in his second year.
I said won a national championship, and the next year they were hired. Nobody has done it. And
okay. Urban Meyer did it.
my point is, the point I'm trying to go for here is that shit don't happen, and it's not going to happen here, and I think a lot of our fans need to realize that.
Yeah.
You know?
And the only reason it happened at Florida is because Ron Zook was a hell of a recruiter. And
Well,
so,
they
you know,
were fucking loaded too when Meyer got there.
That's what I'm saying. Ron Zook was a hell of a recruiter, so they had talent out their ass at Florida when he took over. So.
Oh, I do want to remind everybody, Carter, you too, that Gator 66 reminded me that these were both two trash programs playing yesterday. How was it he worded it? And I know he was taking a shot at me because of what I said last year. I think it was that they sucked less. Two trash programs, Florida just sucked a little less. You know, actually, I know he's being funny, but that's really not too far from the damn truth.
I don't think Florida is good enough to beat Georgia.
Nah.
But I mean, I think they're definitely going to probably get 10 wins this year. I mean,
You think they're a top 10 team? Do you think that's the 9th best team in the country?
Probably not. But let's be honest, they're going to beat South Carolina. They're going to beat Kentucky. Well, they already beat Kentucky. They're going to beat Vanderbilt. You know, they're going to go through the East with ease, except for Georgia.
All right, Uncle Lou. I've got Uncle Lou on the line, and I'm asking Uncle Lou to give. You've already given your opinion, you know, as far as shit like that goes about what we can do or what's not happening here at Tennessee. For the people in here that may not have heard that video of yours yesterday after we lost in a non-trolling fashion, let's have it. And first of all, good evening.
Yeah, good morning, Nat. And this is going to be 100% not trolling. And you know, because you've been watching my videos for a long time, I trolled Tennessee in 17 and 18 or whatever. I 100% have not been trolling. The things I've said about Tennessee this year have been honest, and that's what this is right here.
Yeah.
The difference between fan expectation at Tennessee And reality at Tennessee is the furthest of any Power 5 program in America. And the fans don't ever want to hear this. That's a huge part of Tennessee's problem right now. I'm not trying to say you should accept a loss to Georgia State, but too many Tennessee fans, listen, 1998, 1980, it might as well be 1880. It doesn't matter, okay? Tennessee is nowhere near the program they were in 1998. Tennessee is not getting any big-name Power 5 coach, not a single one. Even the young, up-and-coming coaches in the Power 5, every single one of them turned that job down 18 months ago. Nobody wants to coach there. You're going to have to, you're Kansas State. You're West Virginia. That's who you are, and that's what you have to do.
Hell, I'd love to be West Virginia right now.
You have to go to FBS or Group of 5, and you've got to find a young, hungry coach with head coaching experience. If they happen to have ties to the SEC for recruiting purposes, that's great too. Whether they're from the area or used to be a grad assistant, so whatever, doesn't matter. This Urban Meyer, 2 years ago it was John Gruden.
That shit's not happening. Hold on,
happening.
Lou. I'm gonna step in right now and tell you that shit ain't fucking happening here. You're talking to at least one Tennessee fan that's level-headed enough to know that shit's not happening. Too, Carter. Yeah, we know that shit's not happening.
Yeah,
so.
and I know y'all know that, but it's first of all, Pruitt is your coach now. He's going to be your coach this time next year.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all aren't firing Pruitt. It's just not happening.
We know.
You can't afford it.
We know.
No one wants the job. If you fire Pruitt, you better be ready to have head coach Phil Fulmer. That would be the only. No one wants the job right now. The thing with Greg Schiano, it doesn't matter whether the fans were right or wrong. That hurts you guys. But bottom line.
I agree, and it's not about the hire.
In the coaching circles, that was a bad look.
I agree, Carter.
Oh, he's speaking, facts. I mean, 100% facts. It's sad.
Let me ask you this.
It's true.
Let me ask you this, Lou. You said that we need to hire a young up-and-comer, maybe from, I forget what you said, Division II or whatever.
Group of 5 or something.
Group of 5.
Troy, UAB.
Okay, what, in your honest opinion, and it's hard to take what just happened out of the equation because it did just happen, but wasn't Butch Jones that guy?
Well, listen, there are no guarantees. You could bring Urban Meyer in as offensive coordinator and Nick Saban in as head coach and go 5-7. I mean, there are no guarantees.
Right. That's why I brought Butch Jones back up. That kind of was an attempt at a young up-and-comer from a lower-level college. Granted, Cincinnati's, they're not Power 5, but they're clearly under the SEC's level and under Tennessee's level. But my point is, it seems like they tried that.
Okay, well, let's talk about Butch Jones. He inherited a terrible team.
We don't have to talk about it. We know what happened, brother. We lived it.
We might need to because he inherited a terrible team.
Mm-hmm.
He won 5 games. He won 7 games his second year.
His trajectory was upwards. It was upwards every year until the last.
He had one bad year, and you canned him.
Well, I don't know.
You can't say 5-7 was a bad year his first year.
No.
Because of what he inherited.
No,
his second year he made a bowl game, and that's a minor miracle in modern day Tennessee football. So his second year was good at 7-5, and his third year was good at 9-4. It just didn't end well because of who you lost to at the end of the season and what it cost you.
He went 4-8, man. He went 4-8. He had the worst season in the history of Tennessee football, so I understand why he was fired. And that's neither here nor there, but I was just curious what your opinion was, because a lot of people seem to be saying what you're saying. We need to hire an up-and-comer, a guy with head coaching experience, a guy that's got the juice, he's got the fire, he plays the rap music in practice, and, he lets them fucking do whatever they want to do. And it looked great for a few seasons, but then all of a sudden the bottom fell out. And I agree, what our fan base did with the Greg Schiano thing was a horrible look. And I don't know how long it takes us to recover from that. And, you know, I do appreciate you calling.
It's not easy, and it is a crapshoot, but, like, so far, it looks like Kansas State did okay. I mean, it's hard to judge off of 3 or 4 games, but their coach looks okay. West Virginia is outperforming their expectations for this year with a coach they found at I think it was Troy or UAB, whatever it was. Troy, I think.
Yeah, I think it was Troy.
So, I mean, there are no guarantees, but the point is, to the Tennessee fans with the Urban Meyer and I've got them in my comment section saying the only thing they can save Tennessee football is Peyton Manning. Like, what are you? The guys, Peyton Manning's never even coached Pee-wee football. You're going to make him head coach? Just stop.
And he even said numerous times he does not want to coach.
Yeah.
And he's never even thought about it, and he never will.
Well, but I think one thing that makes us look so bad right now, too, is the fact that we're not seeing this happen anywhere else. You know, Alabama got lucky with Nick Saban. That worked out great for them. Clemson, Dabo Swinney, look how great that's worked out for them. Georgia, Kirby Smart, bang, bing, winner. You know, we've fucked this thing up 6 ways from Sunday, including shit canning Philip Fulmer too early. And it's like ever since that happened, it seems like the administration has been trying to roll the dice on against unreasonable odds. Obviously, all odds are unreasonable when it comes to gambling, but, you know, I mean, it's just been, I don't know, it's like, how freaking far in can we stick our feet into the fire before we just dive completely in? So, anyway, Lou, appreciate the call as always, man.
All right, y'all take it easy.
Take care, and we'll get somebody else here. Who we got? We got somebody that hung up on us, Carter.
Yeah, speaking gibberish.
Yeah, they must not have liked my breath. I don't blame him. I don't like it either. You know, everything he says makes perfect sense.
It does.
That still begs the question, what do we do now?
If it would in a perfect world, you know, it would be great if every Tennessee fan was level-headed, but that's never going to happen.
Yeah, well, I'm sticking to my point. This hasn't happened anywhere else. So, yeah, our fans are fucking it up. Our administration's screwing it up. Everybody's screwing this thing up. And the reason it looks so bad right now is because we're the only one doing it. We're the only show in town, so to speak. You know? We're the only shit show in town.
Arkansas's kind of doing it.
Yeah, even Arkansas's not doing it as bad as we are.
They just lost to San Jose State.
No, I mean the coaching search thing. That's yet to be determined. They still may screw that up more. You know, the Brett Bielema hire, that looked like a good hire for a while.
Well, and then they had, what's his name, before him. That was a bad hire.
Yeah, I can't even... With us, it's not so much how we're making... It's not making bad hires. It's how we're doing it. And the fact that people are turning us down. And
well, you know, one person, man, and I know you're going to think I've absolutely lost my marbles. And I know it's not going to happen because he probably wouldn't come and nobody would offer him. But, shoot, I would take Lane Kiffin back so quick right now. But, you know, I don't think he would do it, A, and B, no way the Haslams will allow it.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. I
don't see it. It's not going to happen, but I wish it would, you know.
You really wish we'd get Lane Kiffin back here. I mean,
compared to what we got and what's out there, absolutely.
Well, Lane Kiffin ain't going to make a difference with what we got right now.
Well, maybe
I can't
not
believe
right
I'm
now,
talking about Lane fucking Kiffin. Lane fucking Kiffin. Oh, man.
Well, you know, I look, what he said, Uncle Lou said is completely right, and it sucks because we are basically, it's a double-edged sword, man. It's a double-edged sword.
like Oni Kuno said, I have to agree with him too. If you fire him, it's just another bad look for Tennessee.
We cannot look. I don't know how many ways you or I can say this, Carter. We cannot fire Jeremy Pruitt.
We cannot, but Keith, there's no guarantee that they might not do it.
Well, you're right, but I mean, until that happens, we've got to try and think realistically, and realistically, regardless of how bad this shit looks right now in this moment, he's got to get minimum 3 years. He's just like Kuno said, like I think Marine may have said it when he was uttering his gibberish. And like Lou said, you've got to give these guys time to get their people in here. And
my opinion,
and we got to stay the fuck out of it. The fans have got to stay out of it. We got to quit writing petitions to get people fired. But, in this day and age of Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Look Chat, Butt Chat, Lip Check, all the fucking chats and snaps we've got, the fan is always going to be able to voice his opinion, and that's something that I guess, sadly for us, is making us look bad right now. Who we got on the line? Whoops. Hang on.
You
back.
Really just showed your age there with the whole Snapchat thing.
Oh, well, hell, I proudly show my age. I'm old. I'm 52, but I don't act it. I'm going to go to my grave acting about 30 years younger than I really am. But yeah, I mean, regardless of age, am I wrong? I mean, we have just...
No, I think Tennessee's not a job where 3 years is going to turn. I think it's a 5. I think it's going to take like 5 years
to
turn this shit show around.
It very well may.
At least 4. At least give this guy... I'm talking to the point where there's not even a fucking 5th-year senior on the team that wasn't recruited by Jeremy Pruitt.
Yeah.
But, one thing that sucks is right now's the time that people really need to try to support them. But hell, it's hard when you're 1-3
and losing to Georgia State.
Yeah, losing to Georgia State and still keep going to Knoxville. It's hard to do that.
Yeah. General, you finally made it through, man. You got your 60 seconds, brother. Roll with it.
Yeah, well, first off, BBD, glad you could meet Coach Belichick last night.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wasn't able to meet him. But,
it was an honor.
Yeah, but anyway, look, here's the deal with this whole Pruitt thing. Obviously, I think he showed some red flags in the last couple of weeks. Is he our guy to get us back? I don't know, but it's not looking like it. And everyone's talking about who they want to replace him. Urban Meyer, Hound Dog, and a couple other people are throwing that around. I don't think he'd come here. Bob Stoops will be thrown around when it happens. But who I would want? And I might be crazy for this. Maybe he won't leave. But what would y'all think about Kyle Whittingham, the Utah head coach?
Why not? Carter?
I mean, yeah, but I don't think he'd leave. And I don't think we got enough money for Urban. I don't think we have enough money for Stoops,
That would take a huge private donation to get either one of those guys.
Yeah, really.
I'll let you go. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Thanks, General. He's like everybody else. He's right. I mean...
Yeah, he is.
What a lot of fans don't want to come to grips with is the money thing. And how many coaches are we paying right now, Carter? Do you know these facts? I mean, if either one of us does, it would be you. Butch, still paying him.
We're having to pay Butch through 2021.
Okay, so we're paying that guy.
Pruitt's contract, I believe, is also through 2021.
I do know that Pruitt, if he were to get fired tomorrow, it would be $9.5 million we'd have to pay him.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know about Dooley. I don't know if he's paid off or not.
I know this happens at every school, but, if they would have taken the football money and just left it for football, then we would have a buku amount of money. But, they use the football money to update the university, to put towards the science buildings and the libraries and the other sports. And so it would be nice if they would have just, every dollar that the University of Tennessee football has made, this money wouldn't be an issue. But
we could come up with the money. I don't have any doubt about that. I mean, I know we all say we don't have the money, and we probably don't right now in the university bankroll per se. But
well, the state pays so much. The state will pay a certain amount towards the university for certain things. So, which I don't think it's enough. I know it's not enough, but we got the state of Tennessee. We got some big name donors. That's one thing we have.
That's where it would have to come from.
Yeah, I mean, the owner of Dish Network.
Carter, I don't even know. Maybe you know this, and I apologize for stepping on you there. Is it even? I mean, let's just totally hypothetical. Let's say, and God damn it, I hate using this one. I'm not going to use that man's name. Let's say Coach X, who is the biggest, most popular coach out there right now, says, I would like to come coach at the University of Tennessee, but it's going to cost you guys $10 million a year for the next 10 years. Would it be legal, per se, according to NCAA rules, for, say, Jim Haslam to step up and to say, here's $100 million, I'm paying you now, no buyouts, come coach the Vols? Can they do that?
They can basically make it a private donation, and then they could use it that way. Like, he could take his money and donate it to the university, and the university could just turn it around and give it to the coach.
I was just wondering. So, yeah, I mean, I was just wondering.
I don't know if, as far as a private check, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if he could Jim Haslam could write a personal check to Coach X. I think he would have to donate the money to the university, and then the university would have to cut the check.
Well, I guess if they wanted to, they could, and I got you on here, caller. Hang on just one second. I guess if they wanted to, Jim Haslam could go to Coach X privately and say, look, dude, here's $100 million. Stick that in your bank account. Now just step up to the podium and tell the world that you're going to take this job for free for 10 years. Of course, nobody on earth would believe that horse shit. But anyway, we got one caller left for tonight. Who we got?
Hey, BVD, it's Leland, who's at 6'4". Used to go by Big Lil 6'4" back in the TV days.
Big Lil, what the hell's happening, son? How you been, brother?
Yeah,
oh, man.
Yeah, well, pretty good. I still got your hat here from way back somewhere. But anyhow, how to fix the Tennessee program, everyone's already pretty much said what they can say with it. I mean, you can't fire Pruitt outright. If you do, you're already at the point where no one wants to come. You fire him because of a bad beginning of the season. It's just not going to work out. You got to give him the full 4 years, in my opinion, unless he regrets it even further next year. Because right now you're looking down the barrel of a 3-9 season,
If we're lucky.
Yeah. If it happens next year, then you're in trouble, obviously. But putting a pin in that, one thing you might have should have looked at is, first, like you said earlier, you fired Phil Fuller way too early.
Mm-hmm.
He shouldn't have been fired. But if he was, you might have should have looked at the Cincinnati coach back then, Mike Kelly. That might have been a good hire for you guys back then. I don't know with Notre Dame being Notre Dame, but
hey, Tiger Cat.
Better than your single year of Kiffin. But touching on what you mentioned way long ago was how did Gator fans feel about it rivalry now? Well, it's I won't lie. It's fun to beat Tennessee. I'd like to beat Tennessee until the day I die. You know what I mean?
Well, you just may.
I'd like to beat Tennessee, or the Gators beat Tennessee when it's good. Everyone wants to watch that game. It's not a noon game. Designated where no one cares anymore. Third Saturday in September isn't anything anymore. Not really.
Nah, we understand.
it's sad. It really is sad. You know, it's like I was mentioning, we were watching the game yesterday, and it was just like after the game, it was like it's just not as fun as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to win, it just doesn't mean much. And yeah, it's that bit of a farce.
Well, you are correct, sir, and we feel the same way up here, us older guys do. I don't know how the younger people feel. They're just now taking their lumps, whereas people like me I've been taking my lumps since 1984 with Florida.
Yeah, I mean,
and
we're still, we mentioned, I mean, Florida's had their problems with coaches too. I mean, not as bad as Tennessee, but you look back, I mean, since Meyer left, we're on our third coach now. You know, and it's like we've had between 2010 and now we've had 2 4 and 8, 4 and 7 for one of those, but we've not had a lot of luck with coaches either.
somehow you guys have managed to keep it together, though, and not look like total dipshits. And
yeah, that's true. Well, I guess one thing before I go. Let's say 2 years ago, the Gators get their second guy, or first, whichever you believe. Let's say Scott Frost declines going to Nebraska and takes the Gator job instead. The rumor was that Dan Mullen was talking to you guys before all that happened. If Dan Mullen, if he accepts that job, do you think you're in a better position you are now than with Jeremy Pruitt?
that's a good question, Lil. I'm gonna hang up and I'll answer that question as we wrap it up here. Good talking to you, man. Call back sometime when you aren't enjoying another ass whooping on us.
Yep.
Good talking to you, bud. That was a long time YouTube buddy of mine and many other people's on here, Big Lil.
Blast from the past.
Yeah. The Mullen question. If Mullen was our coach right now, do we think we would be in the same position as we are with Pruitt? Carter, take that one.
That's really tough to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't even answer it, man. I really can't. I don't really know how to answer that on top of it, and
I think we would be better. I don't know how much better. I don't think we lose to Georgia State. But yeah, that's hell. I don't know, man. I got no answer for that one.
I don't either.
I know Scott Frost is struggling right now at Nebraska. Not like we are, but I'd say Florida's pretty happy they didn't make. I'm sure Florida fans are probably happy that didn't work out that way for them.
All right.
Well, we're pretty much at the end of the line here tonight, Carter.
Yeah.
If I didn't have so much other stuff to do online, I've still got a video or two to edit. I'd sit here and talk to people all night.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see each other tomorrow, dude, when we do the show.
Yep.
Talk to each other.
Yep, I'll talk to you tomorrow and we'll knock that podcast out while it's still fresh on the brain.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. All right, man.
Well, have a good one, bud.
All right, you too. See you then. Go Vols.
Screw y'all.
Take care. Well, that puts us at about 10 o'clock. My friend Sean happened to just call in right now. Big Sean. I'll put you on here. We'll go a couple minutes past, Sean. You're on the Sunday night live stream, and you took a loss yesterday as well, only in a totally different manner than what Tennessee took. How you feeling today, and how's things going down there in southern Georgia?
Well, you know what? I'm here with Magnum still. I head back home up north tomorrow. But hey, we just saw you were doing a live stream and thought, hey, maybe DVD would like to hear from us and get our take on the game. And granted, we did a post game last night, but thought we'd just call in and share it with you. No, it's not like I'm in a fit of of rage or a Great Depression. I mean, it's not like we lost
you shouldn't be, man. You guys put up a hell of a fight last night. And I know it's Notre Dame. You want to do more than put up a fight. But I don't think anybody saw that game playing out like it did.
Neither did me or Magnum. I mean, we were very shocked that it was a scoreless game after the first quarter, and even more shocked that it was only 10-7 at half.
Yeah.
But of course, I mean, being a fan, you know, you're always going to be disappointed when your team takes the L in such a, well, I don't know if I call it heartbreaking fashion.
That was heartbreaking.
Yes and no, because of the fact, or yes, because of the fact we had a chance to win at the end. No, because of the fact that we just did not make the adjustments and show up at all in the second half. I mean, the Bulldogs owned that second half, hands down.
Well, I mean, there may be a reason for that, Sean. I mean, you guys, I'm sure you made adjustments at halftime, but that looked like a totally different Georgia team in the second half. And that's where I think
they made the adjustments, we did.
That's where I think Kirby Smart may turn out to be one of the better head coaches that we will find. That history, I think, will tell us down the road that Kirby Smart ended up being a pretty damn good head coach. And
well, that's how it's looking if he keeps going the way with Georgia that he is now.
He's got the same problem a lot of other schools have right now, and that's the Nick Saban problem. And I think there's also this Dabo Swinney problem out there for everyone. So, you know, anyway, I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad you got to go on this trip. Glad we got to meet up. And is Magnum with you?
Yeah, he's right here. I was gonna turn him over to you.
Yep, let me turn him over. We're gonna give him a couple of seconds to gloat.
What's going on, BBD?
Hey, what's up, brother? How you feeling today?
Well, my throat's a little sore. I'm pretty sure you could maybe tell how I sound, but
oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. I was screaming my ass off when we was making those big plays in this second half. So yeah, I'm a little hoarse.
I hear you. Are you taking it easy on Sean?
Oh yeah, well, you know, even when we did our post game last night, I mean, I told him straight up, it's like I really don't have any trash talk for that game because just like 2017, it literally came down to the final play. Both games were were really hard fought, and you know this one was no different than 2017. I really believe that Notre Dame came out with a chip on their shoulder, and they wanted to prove that they belonged on that stage, and they did that. But you know, it's like I told Sean, at the end of the day, what matters is that W, and I'm happy with that.
That's a fact. And I think college football needs more games like that. You know, there's a big divide right now in the top 3 or 4 programs in college football and the rest of college football. So we need those big intersectional games like that where, you know, you get traditional powers like you guys locking horns early in the season.
Oh, one thing that I did mention to Sean last night, and I wanted to get your take on this. Yesterday, Clemson played Charlotte, of course, a nobody, and Alabama played Southern Miss. Georgia played the number 7 ranked team in the nation. Yes, it was a very close game, but they did win a top 10 matchup. I looked at the AP poll today, and Georgia held steady at number 3.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that Georgia should have moved up one spot because I still, to this day, believe strength of schedule matters. And as of right now, yes, there's a lot of football left, but as of right now, Georgia has a more impressive win on their resume than both Clemson or Alabama. Do you think Georgia should have moved up at least one spot?
Honestly, Magnum, I don't. And it's not because I hate Georgia or anything like that. The reason I say that, I think, is because now that we actually do have some sort of a playoff system in place, granted it's not the one that I think we need. You know, I think we need at least 8 teams, but we may never see that in my lifetime. You do still have the opportunity throughout the rest of this season to slide up a couple of spots, if you beat Alabama later on in the SEC championship. And Clemson, the thing I've always said is when you're the national champion, when you come in the next year, you should come in as number 1 and stay that way until somebody knocks you off. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know if it's right or wrong. But I think you guys are right where you should be, number 3. You are number 3, right?
Right, we held steady at number 3.
Yeah, I think you guys are right where you should be. If anything, I think Notre Dame should maybe. I don't know where they're at. I don't think they should.
They only dropped 3 spots. They went from number 7 to number 10.
I think that's fair. I would have even been okay if they only fell 1 spot, because there's not very many people out there right now knocking on the door trying to get in the top 10, I think, that are actually worthy of being a top 10 team. I think we've only got 5 or 6 programs out there that are legit contenders for the national title. Clemson, Alabama, Georgia. I think Wisconsin may be in that group this year, Ohio State. And you got to put Oklahoma in there right now, even though they don't play nobody. I don't know if they play anybody or not, but you got to put them in there. And beyond that, I don't know who else out there is a real legit contender. Michigan, they're a pretender.
I think the only other team that could possibly have an argument would be LSU right now.
Yep, you're right.
My problem with them is they gave up 38 points to Vandy. If I'm an LSU fan, I'm worried as hell about that. 38 points to Vandy.
If they had won that game 41-38, yeah, I'd be pissed off as an LSU fan. But man, they put nearly 70 on Vandy. And again, they're going to have their opportunity here in a couple of months or a month or whatever when they play Alabama. That's all that matters on their schedule. And then shit, they still got Texas A&M. They still got Auburn. I got no issue at all with them giving up 38 points because they're going to get their opportunities down the road.
Oh yeah, they'll get their opportunities down the road. I'm just saying, Vandy does not have a good offense. I mean, let's be honest here. For Vandy to put up 38 points on LSU, and traditionally, LSU has a pretty damn good defense, but for Vandy to put up 38 on LSU, I can understand Texas putting up 30 plus, but Vandy?
It would have made more sense if it was last year's Vandy team too, but not this year. I am kind of at a loss, how that happened, but I didn't watch the game. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that one because I didn't see it. The only thing I saw from that game was the one play where Vandy, I think they recovered a fumble or something in the end zone for a touchdown. I don't know how many times they scored like that, but like I said, man, these early season games, especially huge ones like you guys had yesterday, those do mean a lot, but we're going to get to the meat of this shit here in a couple of months. And it's the people like Notre Dame, who won't have that opportunity with the playoff later on to prove their wares. But sadly, that's their problem. They're the ones that continue to choose not to go with a conference. So I hate to say that, Sean, but I mean, you guys got 12 opportunities all year, to prove that you should be in the playoff.
Well, I said that all along. I mean, I don't know if you could hear that, but I said that all along, dude. I mean, that's why, all the people that are bitching up about us not being in the conference and like to start that talk all the time, that's what makes it harder for us because one loss, we're essentially out. I mean, we're still in position right now.
Yeah.
But
you played your way in last night. I think Notre Dame, the way they played in that game, that's going to allow them to still possibly have a shot, at getting into the playoff at the end of the year. Of course, depending on what happens with a couple of other teams. Now, if you guys get smoked last night, 40-12 or some shit like that, then yeah, your playoff season's over. But it didn't play out like that. So.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree any more with you on that one. But that's what I'm talking about. The only way we're going to have a shot at the playoffs with one loss is if it's a game like that against a top 10 opponent or in this case, top 5, and we lose close.
Yeah.
That's not a blowout. But you're right. If it was a blowout, we're kaput. Done.
I agree. Hey, listen, guys, I'm going to cut you loose. I wish you'd have called earlier, but I'm glad you did call. Good to talk to you for a few minutes. And I'm glad you guys had a great time, Sean, you especially. It's been I'm sure, a very memorable trip for you. And
well, and also real quick, DVD. Yeah, we called it late, but that's because we caught your stream late. One thing we want to let all your viewers know, if you got a quick second for this, part 4 of a certain couple of guys that everybody's familiar with, one a half flapper with a big mustache, and the other with a buck tooth and a Dale Earnhardt hat. It's gonna be uploaded tonight, so everybody be out on the lookout for it on Magnum's channel and my channel as well at a later time.
sounds good. I'll put the word out. You just did.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. A couple of close friends of mine, Gunther and Wayne.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Thanks for having us on, man.
Hey, thanks for calling. Be safe on the way back north, Sean, and Magnum. Continue loving on that little girl of yours, man. I'm happy for you, brother.
Oh, I will. Trust me, BBD, and I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Call me anytime, all right?
All right, BBD. You have a good one, man.
Hey, you guys too. Good night. Couple of good dudes right there. That's Magnum. I won't say his real name, just because I'm not sure if he's cool with that or not. Magnum is I'll say it. He's a legendary YouTuber on here as far as some of the videos he made and part of the TTC. A lot of you guys may not know about the TTC, but Magnum was around back when YouTube started, and he was always fun to talk trash with back when we could actually beat Georgia. Thanks everybody for hopping in tonight. I think people are finally starting to remember that we do this live stream on Sunday nights. Every Sunday night at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. I don't know why they say that all the time on TV. 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Well, of course it's 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. I mean, if it comes on at 8:30 Eastern, it's not going to be any other time Central, is it? Nope. Jeez. Hey, thanks to everybody in the chat section tonight. I'm sorry I didn't get to say hello to everyone and kind of interact with you guys as much in the chat because we had all the phone callers, which I enjoy too. And maybe someday I'll have me a fancy little call-in system like my buddy Catfish over there, and we'll start taking more callers and have better audio perhaps even. I hope you guys could hear everything okay. A lot of fun tonight. I don't know what you're sorry for, Tiger Cat. What you sorry for? It's another good buddy of mine, Tiger Cat, right there. Great person. Hey, it's almost Monday, which means the weekend is pretty much over, which means I can quit worrying about this Florida shit. I stopped worrying about it before halftime, actually, to be honest with you. Tennessee's on a bye week, but BVD TV is not. We'll be back with you next Sunday, and we'll talk about something, and I'm sure we'll talk about something Tennessee football. So you guys have a good one. Love you. Go Vols. Screw y'alls. And talk to you later.